There has been a major development in the high-profile murder trial of a Massachusetts woman accused of killing her police officer boyfriend back in 2022. Now, a judge declared a mistrial yesterday for Karen Reed after the jury could not reach a unanimous verdict after nearly a week of deliberating. Reed was charged with second-degree murder, manslaughter while operating under the influence and fleeing the scene, the death of her boyfriend, Boston police officer. His name was John O'Keefe. Now, she has claimed she's being framed. Christina Rex from CBS Boston has followed this trial. It was a local story that made national news, and Christina was in the courtroom for the ruling.
Despite our rigorous efforts, we continue to find ourselves at an impasse.
Judge Beverly Cannoni read the court a note from the jury Monday, saying they could not agree on a unanimous verdict for Karen Reed.
Your service is complete. I'm declaring a mistrial in this case.
Prosecutors accused Reed of intentionally hitting O'Keefe with her car after a night of heavy drinking and arguing. Reed's defense team said she's innocent and claims O'Keefe was attacked at an after-party attended by members of multiple law enforcement agencies. CBS News legal analyst Ricky Kleeman.
What it tells me is that you can have two thoughts that are true at the same time. One is that you might, as a juror, firmly believe that Karen Reed hit John O'Keefe with her car and therefore killed him. And at exactly the same time, you can firmly believe that the prosecution did not prove the case beyond a reasonable doubt.
Inside the courtroom, O'Keefe's mother broke down and cried as the judge declared a mistrial, while outside, cheers erupted from Reed supporters.
When you have a community as deeply divided as Greater Boston area is about this case, and you have a jury that was firm in its beliefs that there was no way that they could reach a verdict, then you also have the distinct possibility that another trial will happen and you will have another hung jury.
The Norfolk County District Attorney's Office plans to retry the case. Reed's attorneys say they'll keep fighting too.
They failed. They failed miserably, and they'll continue to fail.
And there'll be a hearing later this month about the next steps for a new trial. Now, hours after that mistrial, the lead investigator on this case was, quote, relieved of his duties. Massachusetts State Trooper Michael Proctor had testified and read out loud a series of inappropriate texts where he called Reed offensive names and mocked her medical conditions. Reed's attorneys accused Proctor of covering for witnesses and planting evidence. Now, Trooper Proctor has denied any wrongdoing, and we have learned that he will be transferred out of the district attorney's detective unit. Gayle?
Hey, Christina, we just heard you say that the district attorney is planning to retry the case again, but won't they just run into the same issues again?
Oh, absolutely, they will. This was hugely challenging for this community. I mean, first, you can just look at jury selection. The judge interviewed over 400 potential jurors to get a panel of just 17 from this county. And then, of course, there's the impact on people involved in the case. 68 witnesses testified for the state, and they could be called again to testify to the exact same thing. Then, of course, Karen Reed has to decide if she can afford to pay her attorneys for another trial. And, of course, what it all comes down to, the victim's family, the O'Keefe family, would have to sit through all the trauma of yet another trial.
Yeah, I certainly feel for the O'Keefe family, and right now they have lost a loved one. Have you been able to hear anything from the jurors about why they were unable to reach a verdict?
So not from any of the deliberating jurors. We did get an opportunity to speak with one of the alternate jurors who listened to the entire case, and she did not want to be identified, but she did tell us that they all grew really close, that it was a tough case, that she took tons of notes over the course of 9 weeks. And ultimately, she said if she had gotten a vote in that room, her vote would have been not guilty.
All right, it sounds like it's not over yet. Thank you very much, Christina Rex. We appreciate it.